Guys, it's me, it's Queen Heru, and thank you for joining me for another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Okay, so I got a message the other day from a woman, and I've been asked this question in several different variations. What she said was that she's Aquarius and she's always drawn to earth signs. Every time she's interested in a guy and she asks him, "What is your sign?" he's one of the earth signs. And she's like, this has got to be a pattern. She's like, I don't meet any air signs. I don't meet any water signs. She's like, why do I keep on meeting particularly earth signs? And I've had other people say, oh, I keep meeting water signs, or oh, I keep meeting air signs. I keep meeting fire signs. When you keep on meeting people of a particular element, I always tell people it will behoove you to research that element, because there's something about that element. Now, whether or not these people are going to be able to be in your life is another story. But there's something about that element that you're drawing to you for a reason. I almost always draw towards me earth and water signs, because those are the two things I lack. My chart has almost no earth and almost no water. Almost every sign in my chart is fire and air. So I've noticed over the years that generally, romantically speaking and with friends, I always attract earth and water signs. And then when I did my chart and I realized, well, I don't have any of this in my chart. I have one earth and one water in my chart, one of each. Every other sign, from my rising to my node to my sun, every other sign is in fire or air. That's why I always call myself a dragon, because all of my signs are almost all in fire and air. So I'm always drawn to that. So I think that if you take a look at your elemental makeup, 9 times out of 10, that's what you need in your life. They say that you need all of the elements in your life to balance you out. So the ones that you're personally lacking are the ones that come towards you. My daughter is a Scorpio, water. My mother, my sister, and my ex-husband are Capricorns, earth. You see, what comes to me, Voldemort, my biggest obstacle, my biggest romantic obstacle, water. So every time some energy comes to me, it's a major thing. It's always earth or water, because those are the two things I lack, and those are the two things that I need to work on. Earth is all about emotion. Aquarius and our emotional stuff, we don't always like to deal with emotion, especially me. I regularly stayed away from my own emotions most of my life. It took me to get older and to realize how important they were to start to deal with them. Earth is all about security. It's all about stability. One of my greatest lessons was learning about stability, learning about money, learning about saving, that kind of thing. That was a big challenge for me most of my life. I'm just now getting it. So earth energy, the security that comes from it, the money's a big aspect of that. So the things that come from earth and the things that come from water are the things that I've been lacking my whole life. The things my chart is lacking in the areas that I kind of shied away from most of my life or didn't do well with. So if you find yourself attracted to a certain element, it probably has something to do with that. It has something to do with that you're lacking something that is in that element. So if you're attracted to earth signs, I would suggest you look at the earth energy, look at the earth element, and then look at the earth signs. What do they have? What lesson do they have to teach you? Where do you struggle? Because whatever lessons that they have that you're struggling with, that's why the earth energy is coming towards you. And that energy may or may not be good for romance, honestly. I don't do very well with earth and water romances, but I've had a lot of them. They've come forward. They keep coming forward to me. But I don't do the best with them. So I think it's kind of like the lessons that they're teaching me, the training ground, so to speak, is what they bring forward. And what I think is that my theory is that after I'm able to handle those things well after I've, done better with them, that I probably will go on to attract a different kind of energy. I probably then will start to attract fire or air signs or something like that. So that's what it looks like to me. That when you're drawing a particular element, and the zodiac says this, if you read different books about horoscopes and zodiacs, it says this. So I think that what you're doing is you're attracting to you what you need to learn most. And they may or may not be the best romances, because a lot of times we learn through pain. We learn through difficulty. We learn through struggle. We learn through obstacles. So those aren't always the best romances, but we learn the best lessons. So I would suggest learning what those lessons want to teach you, so that you can then move on to whatever is the next lesson. I hope it helps. See you later.